and brought his love of coffee and is a real Hello everyone and welcome back to Wonderland. And can you guess where we are? Yes, we're in Melbourne, my favourite city in all Australia. I do apologise to the rest of the cities in Australia, but Melbourne has my heart. And today we're going to go on a coffee journey. We're going to find some of the best places that Melbourne has to offer. And this is only a taste because we know that you can find coffee around every corner in Melbourne, upstairs, downstairs, in your nightgown, wherever you think. But we're going to go and find some of the best places. I'll also give you some honourable mentions, but let's go and get caffeinated. So we're here in this little industrial street called Oven Street, here in Melbourne on this very cold and windy summer's day, heading down to Ona Coffee. Ona Coffee was founded in 2008 by Sasha Setic, who became the World Barista Champ, and he founded Ona Coffee in Canberra. He then moved it to Sydney, and now it is located here in Melbourne. I love Ona Coffee because they simply take their time with their coffee, and it is exquisite coffee across the board. You get an excellent coffee experience like a wine bar, and every single cup has a little bit of care taken into it. So let's go and check it out because I need a nice warm coffee and I need some tucker. So let's go. One thing I love about Ona is that they give you a little coffee book and it explains all their coffees that they have, and then it also goes into the process that they use for their coffees as well. So without a doubt, we had a wonderful experience in Ona here in Melbourne, just sensational. You've got to go to Ona. You've got to go to Ona in Canberra, Sydney and in Melbourne. Melbourne is spectacular because you had great little meals. We had the chia pudding and also the chili eggs. We also had a beautiful flat white, which was used with their maple blend as well as their gateway blend. Maple is my absolute favourite coffee of all time, and I actually have that at home, but of course when you come to Ona it's 10 times better. And then we also sampled 2 batch brews, which was an Ethiopian and a Kenyan, both very, very different. One was really fruity, light, and the other was really rich and dark. With my meagre palate, which I'm trying to get a little bit more down with the coffee skills, but it was a fabulous experience and I really recommend it. So come on into Ona and have yourself a feast. So here we are on Berkeley Street, not far from the University of Melbourne, just off the Queensberry Street, and we're heading to Seven Seeds. Seven Seeds have been synonymous with Melbourne coffee since 2007, and they're in a lot of cafes in Melbourne and as well as Australia. So we're going to go and check to see what they've got for us today. So we just popped into Seven Seas and it was amazing. A massive warehouse with plenty of room to sit down. We had a beautiful flat white, which is excellently prepared with their house blend, and also had a thing of F-bomb, which was half Guatemalan, half Ethiopian, and it was lovely and smooth and rich. So let's go to the next place. So we're here just off a Little Collins Street, which is really busy today, and we're heading to Bench Coffee & Co. This is located on the corner of Little Collins Street and also Belcombe Alleyway. There's a lot of bench locations throughout Melbourne, but today we're going to try this one, so come with me, let's go and check it out. We just went into Bench and we had a marvellous experience. We had a flat white served with their house blend, and we also had an iced latte. As the name suggests, there is a long bench for you to stand up on and enjoy your coffee, and there's also limited seating available. They do serve a small amount of pastries, and they do have some take-home goods such as beans or coffee cups to take home as well. So make sure you get in because it does get very busy, and that you grab a seat. If not, grab a takeaway and you can go and enjoy this wonderful city. So come join me on our next stop, which is Traveller Coffee. It is a tiny little hole-in-the-wall cafe which is located down Crossley Street, and it is rather small, and so we're going to try to see if we can get a seat. It's also connected to Seven Seas, so we're going to go and try to see what they've got for us today. Let's go. Just headed into Traveller, which was an amazing little spot. It was nice and tight and cute, and it had little Italian vibes. The whole Crossley Street actually does have Italian vibes, because if you notice down the other end, the world famous Pellegrini, which is another one of my favourites, is located on Burke Street. And there's also a few little Italian delicatessens where you can pick up a nice sandwich or two, which makes you feel like you're back in Italy. But I recommend you try Traveller out. As I said, it is quite small, so takeaway is definitely an option, but you can sit on the street as well. So let's head on to our next one. Come join me for our next location, which is Patricia Coffee Roasters. This is another little gem that is hidden down an alleyway. You could miss it if I didn't point it out to you, but it is a really small little location, and they roast their own beans, so I'm looking forward to trying it out. So let's go check it out. Was Patricia, and it was a marvellous place, and as the floor says, there's standing room only. It can get quite busy in there and quite tight, but as you can see by the laneway, there's a massive amount of room out here, and they will bring the cups out to you in porcelain cups while you're sitting outside, so don't ever be deterred because of the room. It looks quite squishy. But we had some marvellous coffees today. We had a flat white with a house blend, we had a flat white with their Kenyan, and we also had an iced coffee with the Kenyan as well, and they're all spectacular. But one point that I wanted to prove is the customer service here is absolutely excellent. Well, that was Patricia, and we enjoyed it. Thanks again for joining me on my coffee tour of Melbourne. I hope you're feeling all caffeinated and buzzed and you enjoyed my recommendations. But just remember, that is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Melbourne coffee scene. If you check in the comments below, I'll put some further recommendations and I hope you enjoyed them. But don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you want to join me on any further adventures in Wonderland. Well, that's it for today, so I hope to see you all soon. And in the words of the famous Hamish Daniels, and sing.